We are live. Hello. Oh, I just realized I am not on one of the most important places ever, Silholics Anonymous, because we are going to actually cut with the cameo today. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? There was no thumbnail because, yeah, it's been a crazy day. And I'm trying to get this done before my little ones get here, which I means I have like about 20 minutes or so before they come in here making way too much noise. But we're going to do a print and cut. It can be a top. I put on their topper. The way that this is, it's a little bit smaller. It can be for a smaller cake, but you can use it for a topper. I'm going to layer it. So I've set all these layers up in Silhouette Studio. I've gone in and for some of them, I have to do like complex tracing with my edit points and things like that so that I can get those little small pieces so that I can layer it. I'm not going to necessarily go over like the complex edit points because that's a lot, but once you know how to use your edit points, it makes doing those a little bit easier. I'll show you a little bit, but I'm not going to get too deep into the point editing for that, okay? But we are going to do a print and cut. A lot of people always ask about print and cuts. That's like one of the number one things I get asked about when it comes to the cameo. And I'm going to use my 4, although I prefer my original. I am going to use the 4 because that's what a lot of people have now, and they seem to be having issues with. So I'm going to use my cameo 4. Hopefully it does print out because I realize that what I normally do for my print and cuts on glossy paper, I did not do for this one. I was rushing. And that is to put, where'd it go? Where did my print go that fast? Seriously? Where did my print go that fast? All right, we're going to find that one, I promise. But normally I put matte white stickers where the registration marks are supposed to print because some of the, like the older machines, they have issues with reading on glossy paper. So I normally put matte stickers so that it's not getting that glare from the registration marks. But on this one, I completely forgot. So hopefully it reads and reads properly and cuts properly. But that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a print and cut. And then I've already done like the 2 of the layers of the regular cardstock. And we're just going to layer and layer and layer and layer and layer and layer. Perfect, Miss Jamila. This is perfect for you because you were asking like about how to break certain things up. Now you would not be able to break them up where it is individual like colors like that. But this is perfect for you, my dear, because I did take it and break it up to where the printed images I'm going to layer. So this will be amazing for you. All right, but that's what we're going to do today. I am using, for the printed part, I use our Pigment ink, which happens to be on sale today. I'm going to go find this and see where that is. There we go. So Pigment ink is on sale today. Buy one. Anything from the Pigment ink collection, buy one, get one 6% off. Up until 5 o'clock. If you only need one item, hey, you can use HS Ink Me Please and get 20% off of that one item. But if you want more, you get more savings. Buy one, get the second one, 60% off. So go ahead and visit shop.silholicsanonymous.com. And although we didn't really get to do the big paper and ink sale because, you saw that video yesterday live. Depending on when you're watching this, today is October 14th, but I did mention that. So we did still offer some sort of value and deal when it came to the sublimation paper. You buy 2, you get a 1/2 inch and a 1 inch tape absolutely free. So you can do any combination of paper and you're going to get that that heat tape for free. And our heat tape is non-staining, non-marking. We offer it in sizes 1/2 inch all the way up to 6 inch. 6 inch is what I use on my tumblers, but for free, you will get the 1/2 inch and the 1 inch. So visit our site, shop.silholicsanonymous.com. The direct links for those are in the description of this video. All right, now let's go ahead and jump into this and head on over to Silhouette Studio so that we can, there's that. So we can go ahead and get this cut out. So I'm going to go back to design and we're going to come over yonder. But perfect. So you'll see the original image. So I did a lot of point editing, especially around here, and to separate her from the cloud. So I did point editing to separate that. So that's how you would create those layers when it comes to the print and cut. Okay. So I'm going to come over here. These are, I can't move them yet. These are all the pieces. So this is one big, like solid black back piece. And then this is the cloud for, oh man, it's going to cut off his head. I just realized that. So this is the cloud for him. This is the smaller cloud. And then there's like her and then him. So you're going to see how this layers out. And do I have it still? Did I? Oh, don't tell me I did that. Yep, I did not. I'm going to have to undo afterwards. I did not duplicate, which is what I tell my students all the time. I did not duplicate this before I separated it. So after this, I'm going to undo, and get it all. Well, you know what? I can do like this though. Choop. Bring this over here. And this is what it is going to look like. But layered, of course, once it's all said and done. All right, so from the original one, I did a offset, which is the lighter green one, and then we do a bigger offset for the darker green, and then the pink peachish color is another offset for that, and then we're going to layer them and pop dot them to give them dimension. So we're going to head over to this one so we can cut this last layer. I've already cut these two. I'm going to select here and center it to my page. Over on the right hand side, we have Cameo set, of course, a 12 by 12 mat. We have our paper size set to 8.5 by 11. I'm going to go to send. You want to make sure that you click on your image and you choose cut. I am at a 6 for this. I mean, actually, I could go to a blade of 5. Oh, I'm actually not. This is actually at a blade of 3 right now, and it's still cut through. But I know for my glossy one, I'm going to need to change that. I'll wait and I'll show you guys how I'm going to change that. But I'm going to, I have to change that first. So let's head on over to the Cameo. It's so dark. I really got to fix the lighting over there. So we're going to head back over here. So with this right now, it's on a 3. This is the ratchet blade, not the auto, but it's in the casing. So the machine knows that it is it's a ratchet blade. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take this to only a 5 then, because it actually cut through those. So I always put my finger underneath and then my thumb on top to push it down to make sure that it's all the way down. I do that with all my machines. And then, of course, you push it in. So now I'm going to load my paper. I use non-silhouette mats because I can't stand silhouette mats. This one is just a no-name brand mat. And then we're going to, my 12 by 24 is going to be on a Cricut mat. So I'm just going to burnish this down really good. Put the edge of your mat to the edge of the line. So put that in there like that. And then we're going to come back over to Silhouette Studio. And I'm on a 5, 21. Actually, now it's a longer one. Nah, I still do 20. I probably shouldn't have moved the blade on this. I should have waited. But we're just going to go ahead and hit send. I'm going to watch it because I probably put too much force and too much pressure on it. And while that's cutting, I did forget to send out a call to say, hey, go ahead, hit share on this, especially if you're watching over on Facebook. Hit share and share this out to event groups that are about party favors and event favors or silhouette groups if you can safely share. if you could, go ahead and share that out for me. It cut better on the 3. Oh, it's acting crazy now. All right, we're going to unload that. And it's probably because I changed the pressure, the force. That should have stayed at a 21 for this paper. All right. I'm just going to take out these middle parts to this. And these are all Recollections 65-pound paper. They're all Recollection 65. So it's going to end up being layered. Like this with the print and cut on top. All right. So there's that one. Now let me grab the print, my 12 by 24 inch mat. And oh, the print was on top of the mat. Okay. So there's my 12 by 24 inch mat. Yes, you can use a Cricut mat with the Cameo, but you have to, for lack of better words, calibrate it. And when I have a video on that, and basically I tape it off, I send it to cut to where I know exactly where to put my image. I feel like it makes it even more accurate because it's looking for that paper in the exact area. There's like no guesswork in this. So we're going to turn this around, line my paper up right with the edge of my tape. And we're going to put that here. Again, putting the mat right to the edge of the line, not over the line, right to the edge of the line. Ooh, child, why didn't you tell me I'm a booze was out? And we're going to load that. Come back over to the computer. I'm going to go back to my print and cut one. And let's go back over here. There we go. And we're going to go send. I'm going to select it all and choose cut edge. All right, so now that's on cut edge. I'm going to change this to 5. I'm going to put this on, I'm going to go slow, I'm going to go lower only because I'm going to do 2 passes because it's the thicker paper. So I'm going to take it to 18. I'm going to do 2 passes and I'm going to hit send. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to read. Yeah. So I actually didn't have any issues with this one. I was actually kind of hoping that I would, because I know a lot of people say like they want to throw their cameos away because they can't figure out the print and cut part. But I genuinely don't have like a lot of major issues with the print and cut. I don't do anything special. I always, so while that's going, I will come over here. So under design, when I go to my registration marks, which I know that's super loud, y'all, sorry. When I go here, I always have my thickness maxed out. And 9 times out of 10, My length is also maxed out only if I really need to have like sneak a little bit of extra space. The lowest I personally go is 0.625. The lowest I recommend is 0.5, but for me, I normally always leave it maxed all the way up. My thickness is all the way up. I have a wide format printer, so I can extend my insets in order to get more space if need be. But if you have like a standard printer, you won't be able to do that for the bottom one. And I try and make my registration marks as close to my image as possible. So I end up like taking my bottom inset and bringing it up closer to it so that I'm not wasting all of this space. When you have this dead space, that will affect it being accurate. So the closer you have your registration marks to your item, the more accurate that cut will be. Actually, I've done print and cuts. I just realized who that is. Hey, Hans, I enjoyed your poetry night last night. But for me, I really don't have a lot of light. Like I can close that, and technically on glossy paper, it's recommended that you close the lid because you don't want the light to create a glare off of that glossy paper when it's reading. And I've done videos where I've done print cuts in the dark. So I've never had that issue where I need light because there's an optical eye on there and it flashes red to help read it. So I personally have never had to add any external light to it. I've even done it in the dark. So it's going a little bit slow because, again, I did put it on 2 passes. So we're just going to let it do its thing. I prefer it to cut a little bit slower. And with this one, I did not really take my time. This isn't going to be her, like the final topper for my cousin's party. I just did a traditional, like a regular trace and detach. I didn't go through like how I would normally do. For things like cake toppers, for centerpieces, I don't want to take the chance of having any white. And when you just like a regular trace and detach, most, unless it's like a super sharp lines and high resolution, you're going to end up having a little bit of like extra space on it. I normally go through with my edit points and I pull my edit points in right to the edge to where there is absolutely no white whatsoever. But this one, it was just for demonstration purposes only. So I just did like a regular trace and detach for the most part. And then only where I had to cut away the images and the clouds did I use my edit points. Now, Harpo, wherefore art thou pop dots? These not the pop dots I want. These are little. And I don't want to necessarily use the dark ones. Now, wherefore art thou pop dots, Jesus? I know they're not over here. But that's not where they're supposed to be. Oh, my Jesus. Wherefore art thou pop dots? Okay, well, I guess for this one, we're going to use black because I'm not in the mood to search and chase down no pop dots. So I guess for this one, we're going to use black. You are very welcome. And good afternoon and welcome. So we're just waiting on this one. I took the speed down. I probably should have left the speed up, but I did take the speed down. Look at that. It's cut. It's going to take forever to cut, though. I did double passes and I took the speed down. So it's going to take a little minute. If you have any questions for me while it's cutting, feel free to ask those questions now while it's cutting. Thank you for sharing, Miss Sonia. Thank you for sharing, Miss Sonia. Hey, why are you still on? Oh Lord, oh, because it's down here at the bottom. I thought I closed it out. I'm going to get back to doing crafting. I want to get an updated cameo though. The I To be honest, I'm not a fan of the newer ones. I prefer the old ones. Like the two is literally the best cameo. Like that's the best one they made is the cameo two. Well, dang, that's a lot. You can still has to. Oh no, it cut this one. That's the last little bit because I already cut this cloud. Man, and it cut that cloud. So yeah, we're just waiting for it to finish that. Yeah, the two is literally like with this one. If I like, right now I don't have to do a bunch, right? But for her cupcakes, I'm gonna have to do a bunch of cupcake toppers, and I'm gonna have to print them like on a couple different sheets. Well, with the two, I can do repeat job. They took that function away with the four, and the two to me just cuts a lot smoother. I have less issues with print and cut with my two than any of the other ones. I can't stand my three if y'all don't know that. Like I don't like bringing that out. I really cannot stand my three. That tap 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 drives me absolutely insane. This drives me insane too. But what I did was I have the ratchet blade inside instead of the auto blade because that drives me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I cannot stand the ratchet blade. I mean the auto blade. And I thought I was the only one. I'm not a fan of the four. No, I talk about that all the time. I am not a fan of the four. Yeah, there's no repeat job on the four. And I've taken my, well, I guess you can use the app to do it, but they took away like the USB support on the side for like memories and like for cutting on the go. But I like that way better because you just put a USB plug in there. If something happens with your phone's dead. I used to cut like on the go for certain things and like on location, and I could create the design, save them to a USB drive, put it on the side, and I can cut without having a machine. You can't do me without having a computer. You can't do that with this one, like directly on the machine itself. You have to use Silhouette Go. But if y'all know me, my phone always dead. So if that happens to me, I'll be stuck like Chuck. So I really, really love the two, and like I love the two for the fact that I can cut on the go. I have my repeat job function. It's not as that. I think it's the quietest of all of the machines, the two. Um, and I like the size of it. The three is just too freaking big. All right, so that's done. Finally. So we're going to go ahead and just unload that. and cut out quite nicely. This is koala glossy paper. I put the link in the description of this video. This is a good way to keep your prints from curling, is to demat them upside down. That's all of them? Oh, okay, I guess. All right, I'm going to, bring that down some just so that you guys can see a little bit better here. All right. I actually could have been putting these together. So I'm going to start from the bottom up, and we're going to pop dot this so that it has space. Because there is a solid layer here, if I was truly doing this, well, I guess I can still do it. Let me grab 2 acrylic sticks. Where for art thou acrylic sticks? Because I've moved around so much stuff in this office lately. Wherefore out thou sticks? Okay. I don't even see the ones that are normally over there. Where are my acrylic sticks? Where are my acrylic sticks? I like the clear ones better, but we just might use bamboo skewers because I'm on borrowed time, trying to get this done before my loud kids come home. All right, yep, we're going to use bamboo skewers because I don't know where the acrylic sticks are. With doing this, I do recommend that you use gloves and make sure. And normally when I'm doing these for an actual event, I put parchment paper down first so that it's not on a surface where there has been ink and glue and all of that. So I always put parchment paper down first, and then I have on gloves because you're touching something that's going to go inside of the cake. So I normally have on gloves and I put parchment paper down for that. But I'm going to put this here. And I would normally hot glue these, but for the sake of this, I'm just going to put tape across them. But I would normally hot glue them down. And I wouldn't use my teeth. I have a set that's on, well, I would be using glue sticks, but if I had to use tape, I'd use the one that's on the tape dispenser. All right, just gonna put that on there. This technically can come out because it's just taped down. All right, let me just use some scissors. 1. All right, so there's that one. And then by putting it on the inside, because you layered this one anyway, no one will ever see the sticks. Okay, so it'll just be a nice flat, it'll be a nice flat back because the sticks are on the inside. So now for this part, which, oh good, I had to make sure, I'm like, okay, good, I don't see any tape. I'm just gonna put some pop dots on the back of this one. I'm not gonna do a lot. I prefer, like for this one, I would definitely prefer to use the larger ones versus the little small ones. So you don't have to put so many of them. But for this demonstration, I'm just going to use these small ones. And then like the big one, I'm just going to put one there. And I use all pop dots. This is still foam dot, like a foam adhesive. So we can cut that off and we can use that also. I don't waste anything. All right, so we're just gonna take the paper backings off of these. You can secure these more with like hot glue, because if you don't get like a really good one, I mean, they may not stick as well as you would like. So you could always add hot glue to it just to give it some more strength. So if I'm not mistaken, I think these are the black ones are from either Michael's or Joann's, but the white ones, I believe these are the ones from Dollar Tree because they're thin. There's a set that I like from Amazon too. So I'm going to take this and put that first layer down. Okay, so you can see there, it's not directly on it. Then we're going to take this one and do the same thing, which I need to clean this up just a little. Oh, there go my kids. All right, so we're going to put that one on. I'm just going to use the all black ones. Those little ones are getting on my nerves. And you know what? We can just use the scraps of this instead of using the actual dots. And because this is, I'm just going to put the whole thing there. Oh, I need one for like up there. All right, we're going to put this layer down. All right. Now, this one, you can pop dot it to give it more dimension, or you can take this one and just have this right on top of this layer. And so you would adhere it right to there and not give it dimension. Only reason why I say that is like right here, it is a little separated. So I could do this to where, like I said, I would just put this right to the green layer versus making it dimensional, which for this one, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my Barely Art precision glue. Which, no, I'm not. Let's do this the fast way. And I'm going to use my Elmer's tape runner. Take all the little cavities out and for this part, I probably should have used the glue because the tape runner is bigger than most of this area, but that's fine. This is temporary. This is just for demonstration purposes. You want to secure it really well. And I like liquid glue for that. It also kind of stiffens it a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and just press that down. Ooh, there were inner pieces here that I forgot. Okay, so this part is flat. So I'm going to just show you what I mean by that. And I mean, it's a thicker paper, so it still looks like it's not flat and it's not printed to it. So it still looks like it has some dimension to it. You know, it's sitting off of the green. It's not printed onto it. All right. And then we're going to take these and I'm going to pop dot this. So I have the cloud here so that it is like the whole thing will be raised here and I can still see him there, which I could have just made, like, instead of wasting ink, if I wanted to, I could have made this like a solid color. I could have made it like the green and then pop dotted this here and then pop dot, wrong one. That's the one for there. And then I'm going to make it even more dimensional because I'm going to pop dot this one and then I'm going to pop dot this one. So it's going to make all of these stand out. Okay. And this is why I wanted white for this part. I'm just going to put a few on here. These are thin. I have some that are thicker. The thicker the pop dots, the more it stands out. And these are really, really, really thin ones. That's it. I believe these are the ones I got from the Dollar Tree. So on the other side, even though these are not white, I'm going to use this, and you're going to see how she sits up a little bit more because these are thicker than the white ones. So you'll see on her side, she's going to stick up just a little bit more than he is because they're thicker. So there's that one. Uh-oh, you guys can't see that. Hold on. There we go. And then, like I said, on this side, I'm going to use the black dots because they are bigger. All right, so now I'm going to put this one on. So as you can see, it doesn't matter which side you put the dimensional dots on. There's also like a roll of foam adhesive. You don't want to deal with these. And then you can cut them down to the size that you need. Like you can probably just put like one straight across versus a lot of the little dots. The foam adhesives and foam dimensions come in a lot of different ways. So now this one sits up further. You can see how you can really see on that side compared to this side because those are smaller dots. So you can see how the thicker foam dots make it to where you have more dimension and it pops out more. So you can really see the layers on this side. And then on this side, I mean, you can see them, but it's still kind of flat. You want to have those nice thick dots. But there's that. Oh, wait, hold on. Y'all can't see that. There we go. Let me flip it this way just so you can see it like this. Wait, there we go. And I'm going to bring it to the other camera now. And see, now the back looks nice and flat. This is glossy paper. So this is, the link is in the description. This is Koala's glossy photo paper. Yeah, that's what they are. Bamboo skewers, like for meat, for to make shish kebabs. Can you share where you get the cartoon characters from, and are those characters for personal use? Thanks in advance. So, this particular one is this is just for demonstration purposes. Although I'm going to make one for my cousin. Anytime you have anything that is a licensed trademark image, you technically are not supposed to sell it. Like, you put yourself at a big risk promoting it and selling it on your site. All images are all rights are reserved to whoever holds the trademark for that particular trademark, and then for certain works, like copyright for that particular licensed image, so you can't use it. You can just Google images. They are there. Just because you can Google them does not mean that you have the right to use them. You do that at your own risk, your own discretion. I am not the trademark copyright police. If something happens to you, it don't affect my coin, so I don't care what you do with it. I know what I do, and I can only speak for myself. These particular ones, because I did not feel like scouring the internet for them, there are several people who are on Etsy, and they have taken their time to scour the internet for a bunch of PNGs and make one nice little bundle for you. So you can definitely go and check out on Etsy. I want to say these came from, it's Disney Plus. It's like not Disney, but it's like Disney. I think it's how it's called. Plus is where I got these from. And it just makes it so much easier than searching. It makes it faster. You are very welcome. But yep, that's that. And this was printed with our pigment ink. And it actually, I need to do a print head cleaning. So even though this has lines in it, it's still printed quite nicely, because I needed to do a print head cleaning on this. So our pigment ink, and this is our pigment ink in the Epson 7840, but you can also use it like in the 7820, 7310. Those are pigment ink printers. By using our system and our cartridges and our ink, it's more economical than buying the Epson cartridges. So you can see the colors come out amazing, even though it's not the genuine Epson ink. And you can use that same ink in the 7710, 7720, 7210, 7610, 7620, 7110, 7820, 7840, 7310, 3620, 3640. Yes, I memorized all of the model numbers. But those are all like pigment ink printers that use either 252 or the 812 cartridges, which we do sell on our website. Okay. So yes, this I did 3 offsets. You can do as many offsets as you want. I chose 3 because like the melon colors. So I did the darker green, the lighter green, and then like that pinkish, peachish color. So yes, I did 3 offsets of the main image. And then I cut out like, so I separated all of these, like the cloud by itself. And then this character, I have no idea what their names are. I guess he's Coco Melon. I know Cody. That's the one I know. And I don't know her name at all. But so them, they are like from their image all the way down. And the reason why I did him all the way down. So let's say if I would have done just their characters, right? When you put it down, you'd either have to put, like, you would put them down with the regular foam. Down here at the cloud, if you want it to appear that it is above that, you would have to either double up your foam or have a thicker foam to put it in there. But by making this solid to where it comes down to this level, you're pop dotting the whole thing, and then you just put your regular same pop dots or dimensional dots underneath. So now that sticks, like the cloud is in front of him. And then he, like this one is in front of the whole image in the back. And on this side, you can tell even better because she has all the big dots. Well, thicker dots. Okay. Any other questions for moi? Where did it go? Make sure that you guys share it out. Give this video a thumbs up. Actually, I can't believe I did this in less than an hour because I had all the parts done. So you actually got this cut, even though I cut this part, all the printed part on double cut, we still were done in less than an hour. Woo-hoo! Start to finish. And it already cut out the 2 back pieces. So last call or questions. If you are just joining, we did this start to finish. It can be a cake topper. This doesn't have to be a cake topper. Like you could literally create dimension, and I might do this. I might, because I touch these, I might put like a regular, get a piece of styrofoam and put it in a box, and I could easily make this a centerpiece and put it in a box, put some tissue paper and all of that. So these do not have to be just cake toppers. You can literally make these into centerpieces, or they can be, if you have like this one's small, you can make them bigger. But if you make like a small balloon, it can be a topper for that. The possibilities are endless. So do not think of these as just for cake toppers. Okay. Let me go over here. So as I mentioned before, we do have a sale going on right now. Waiting for it to get back to that one. I just click on there. There we go. So if you use the code INKcredible today, our entire pigment collection is buy one, get one 60% off. If you use the code HS Ink Me Please, you can get one. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? The bundles for the 812s. Ooh, I have some time though, because that was until 8 o'clock. So I'm going to put the bundle on there. If you have the 7820, 7840, I don't think that is currently under the Pigment Ink collection. So I have to do one for that for Pigment Ink. But if you just need to get like just a set of ink and things like that, then you can use the HS Ink Me Please. Until 5 p.m., you'll get 20% off of your individual bottles of ink or your set of ink. And then if you are someone that does not do, you can do this with sublimation too. Just put, let's say you don't have a pigment ink printer. You are not left out of the game on this. You can do it with sublimation. Just put laminate over your regular cardstock and you can sublimate it. You can do a print and cut and sublimate it. So if you buy any 2 HS Ink sublimation paper products, you get a 1/2 inch and 1 inch heat tape free, $99. All right. Let's see. I have a question about your all over sublimation t-shirts. Do you go into design? Wait, do you go? No, I don't do it. I don't really deal with Photoshop. I do pretty much all my all over shirts in Silhouette Studio. There might be small elements that I might pull because I use Photoshop. I like Photoshop for certain elements like glows and highlights and things, or just to kind of like make text maybe pop out a little bit more than what I can do in Silhouette. But I'm one to where I do a lot in Silhouette, and I like Silhouette Studio. Turned out amazing. Would you say that it's safe to use glue sticks on the sticks? I mean, because it's up here. So yes, no one's going to touch this part. I said that in the beginning. I normally would use hot glue to put the sticks down. They're nowhere near where the cake is going to be or anything like that. So I would definitely use hot glue. And actually these just came out. So, but I definitely would use hot glue for the sticks. We don't have we don't carry cartridges for the 4720. You can use the ink, but we do not carry the cartridges for that. Sorry for taking you off topic. I need that class of you step-by-step design. Nope, I don't do it. Yeah. Check out Shannon from Innate Lab. She has templates, which makes it really easy to like learn when it comes to Photoshop. But yeah, I don't do Photoshop. I teach the essentials of Photoshop, but not the all over shirts from Photoshop. How do you save an image as 300 DPI? You can't really save it as exactly 300 DPI. What you want to do is size it to the size that you need. And when you go to save it as a JPEG, just take that slider all the way over. Silhouette Studio is not like Photoshop and Illustrator where you can save it as a certain DPI or make your design page a certain DPI. So the Pigment ink is on sale. Pigment ink is Pigment ink. It's the same for both. What I forgot to put on there was the Pigment ink and the cartridges together. We don't offer the 812s pre-filled, but I forgot. I keep forgetting to activate the bundle that has the Pigment ink, the 812 cartridges, and the syringes and the needles. You will still have to buy your chips. The chips are not a part of the sale, but I will bundle it up. So if you want to get the bundle that has the 4 Pigment inks, the 812 empty cartridges, and your syringes and needles, I will have that on the site right after this. I'll activate it because it's been on there. It was the picture for it. I never got a picture of them together, but I will put the listing on there and I'll update the picture later just so you guys can take advantage of the sale. But they're not pre-filled and pre-primed, and you still have to purchase your chips. You have to constantly change out your chips with the 7840. It's not really it's not truly a 300 DPI because it really depends on what it says that, but it's not accurate like that, like what it is with Photoshop. Because depending on the size of your original image, that number fluctuates as far as what the max and the minimum number is. So it's not very accurate. Yes, that's for the 7820, the 7840, and the 7310. Alrighty, guys, let me get up off of here so it's not totally off topic and long for no reason. All right, guys, thank you so very much for watching and joining me today. If you enjoyed this, please do not leave, y'all. Don't click off. Don't leave without giving the video a thumbs up. Share this video out. Tell a friend if you see someone struggling and they have a question about print and cut. I went over what I do for print and cuts within this, so hopefully this will help them and help you as well. So digital currency and free support is to hit like, share, and just keep watching. So thank you guys so very much. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be INKcredible. Peace.